blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry, one artist at a time.
Take the steps beyond your way. Take the steps when you have a dream. You gotta start. It's the only way. If you're gonna shine, and you're gonna shine, shine, shine. You're gonna shine. And we may be completely snowed in, but we are shining bright on the ranch. Always a sunny day, always some good music, always a good time here on the ranch. We have a good show, and I'm really excited about how things are amping up. I have a new intro. It's a little shorter. I thought that disclaimer was going way too long, so let me know what you think of the new intro. Which I'm excited about. We have some great shows lined up. Our Valentine's special starting next week, In Love. The week after that is Not So Much in Love. And then we're going to have, at the end of March, we're having this great discussion on AI music. We're going to let you know all the Blast Music updates, because we're brought to you by Blast Music 24/7. We are spanning the globe to bring you the best in Indie Americana music. We want to thank our sponsors, Hotel Universe. Any indie artists out there, we don't compete with each other, but we are competitive, and you always need great video. Hotel Universe will hook you up. And then we have the Plow Zone out in California, and we have My Indie Radio in Paris and all over Europe. So great to have you, our listeners, on board. And tonight we have a really great show. We're going to step it up with the beat here a little bit with Chris Berardo. Yay!
Hey, Randy. How you doing?
I'm good.
Now, your new intro.
What's that?
I love your new intro.
Thank you. It's a little shorter. There's all the disclaimers and stuff, and we spruced it up a little bit. So I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm up for a good disclaimer, always.
It doesn't work though, because every week I have to fight YouTube for copyright and stuff. So I'm like, can you make it shorter? Because nobody's really paying attention, including YouTube, which is why we were doing it. So anyway, they listen. Right. And we have some people listening already. Billy says we bring the sunshine. Thank you, Billy. Oh, now Billy, I know was out in Long Island. So are you in a part of the country that got snowed in?
Oh yeah, I'm in Connecticut, just across I can see Long Island from where I'm sitting, just across the Long Island Sound from there, and we got dumped on, man. We got it rough here.
So wave to Billy, because you guys are across the sound from each other.
We're here, Bill. You can see me. Ahoy!
Well, we actually here in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, we actually broke a one-day snow record.
Oh, I bet.
So I don't know. The good news is now I live in a complex. So last night we were totally snowed in. No sign of hope anywhere. This morning, boom, we were totally dug out.
Oh, good. See, complex life.
I know. It's only one of the good sides. I don't have to shovel. So Billy's saying hi, howdy. We have some other people listening. I'd love to know what's going on in your neck of the woods. Is somebody in some sunshine? I mean, it's the ranch, so the sun is always shining. But yeah, at least there's an excuse to sit around and play guitar.
That's right. Yeah, and tuck it in, or what I do is I make a tropical drink and just pretend. So.
I know. I have a few of my friends, like Andrew Dean. He's down in Florida. He's like, I'm on the beach, y'all, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that'd be nice. No, we're in the thick of it up here, like you are, and I'm just waiting for it to break, or to get out of town, whatever comes first.
Well, everyone say some prayers. Any God you worship out there. I'm out of here on Sunday, trying to make it down to Costa Rica.
Oh, nice. Well done.
Oh, So
Are
looking
you running
good.
from something, some trouble, Randy, or you? You
Make
got
a
a place?
break for it. Woo! Got to go to
Yeah.
Costa Rica.
All
No,
right.
it's one of my go-to spots. Last time I was there, I was with a group and we filmed 5 videos, music videos. I did 2, and the other groups did. We did like 1 apiece.
Nice.
I did too. So it was working. This time. I'm just gonna go surf and hit the beach. And
Oh man, that sounds brilliant. Let me. Can I get in on that? Can I?
yeah, we already got room.
In the van.
Anyone in Costa Rica next week? I'll be at the Azura, I think is the name of the
All
place.
right. I'm the kind of weirdo just might show up.
Actually, next week's show is going to be from the show because I scheduled it and I'm like, wait, I don't think that's a good date. But I'm like, I scheduled it anyway for our Valentine's special. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm broadcasting from Costa Rica next week.
Go, Randy on the road.
On the road.
Should schedule me for that one.
I know. It'll be fun. It's an hour. We'll like do the show, go to dinner, go back to the beach. You know.
Yeah,
But
that's full day.
that's it. That's it. So,
All right.
let's talk songwriting.
Yes, ma'am.
The first song that I picked that one for a reason to bring up, Take Me Back, because I think anyone who does Americana, does a lot of imagery in their songs, has a song about going home.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I think so, right? Yeah. It's kind of the basis of, songwriters are always, there's where you came from and where you're going to. So there's always that touchstone, right?
Right. Is that what you were going for in Take Me Back? How did it come about?
Well, the video we jump back to like little town that I came up and was raised in when I was a kid. But it started out, that song is one that I'd had like everybody at some point gets a health situation, a medical situation, sometime in life, right? You got to have a little pop up. And I'd had something kind of serious, and which I'd never had before. Okay. I had just plundered through life like a lunatic all the time, and like a wide-eyed teenager, and I still feel that way. But then I got something serious, and it does make you sort of, when a thing like that happens, it makes you stop and consider a little bit about your, the finiteness of all. And you got to think like a grown-up for a minute, which was all new to me as well. This great job that I've always had, and I've never had a real one, but this wonderful job I've always had has allowed me to just, like I said, just ride with the pedal down all the time. So when this happened, I started, you got to get a little reflective. And around the same time, our drummer and best friend and our brother, who we had with us for 14 years, had suddenly passed away. So of course, it makes someone start to think. And as it was getting heavier and as I was facing some of these challenges, I started to think at certain moments, boy, I wish I could just be, I don't know, like 15 again, and without all of this stuff, and just have, when you're just feeling light and the world is out in front of you and there are no, problems or guideposts. so that it was just like a moment of longing for boy, I wish that I didn't have all this adult stuff to deal with right now. I would like to go back to being fun and being in a rock band and chasing girls around and drinking beer. So that was where it started. And it just made me think, about all of us and how it's sometimes you got to take stock. And when that moment comes, you got to kind of rise to the occasion and be your best. So, and then when we did shoot the video, we went back to my little hometown, and that was fun, and just got to see, things like that, and remind yourself that we're all from someplace, right? So
it's so true. I mean, you have these moments in your life that define you and change you in very subtle ways, and deciding you're mortal, you're immortal, you're mortal.
Well, all too mortal.
All too mortal. There you go. You're all too mortal. It's sobering.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, I tried to make it into something positive thinking like, okay, lucky me, something's going to happen to all of us. I've said this a lot about this particular song. I just felt like I didn't feel bad about it. I thought like, well, something's going to happen, and how do you deal with it when it does? And that's what you'll look back on, and you'll either be proud of it or not. I just, again, my mind would be eased by the idea of just thinking back to childhood. And like, any songwriting, I think you try to make it something that's applicable to everybody, not your particular situation, because we're all the same. We all have the same stuff dressed up different ways that happens to us, right? So I was just trying to write something that I think we probably all face at some point, and that idea of like, man, wouldn't it just be great to not have all this adulting going on? But so that was it.
I know, when you're so little, all you want to do is be an adult, and you get there and you're like, what were you thinking?
Right. Well, the trick is, the trick is to do a little of both. I think I've managed to to grow up without having to really do much growing up.
So. Well, I think music has to keep you there, like in that childhood creative head, because adults get serious and in routine, and
they do.
And sometimes if it's great to be a musician and get into your sandbox and play.
Yeah. It's the old cliche. They say they call it playing music, not working music. So it's a great way in life to stay young. That's the beauty of it. As long as you got a taste for it and can keep yourself positive, because as you know, I'm sure, it's a life full of heartbreak and disappointments, but it's also the greatest thing that could ever happen. So I think it's just remembering all the reasons why you're there in the first place.
We'll start with that. We'll get to the hard part later, because it's a business.
Well, something.
And we're musicians. All we want to do is create and be in the sandbox and play and play and play.
Yeah.
And but there's a reality, a business side of it.
Yeah, I try to keep the sandbox big and the reality small on my good days.
That's it. Now, we're going to show the video in just a minute or so, but to our listeners who are not going to get the visual on this, it is kind of cool because there's a lot of flashback to childhood and this old school TV it's happening on, which I just think is really cool and clever.
Thank you. It was fun to make. There's things in there, like I said, that are like my old school, the grammar school, the house when I was 5, 6, 3, 4, 5 years old, I guess, that we snuck in there. And then in the beach town I grew up in. And then also things that are just a little more universal that just, kind of represent everybody's feelings from back then. But it was fun to make. It's like a little weird life travelogue. And then years later, I lived in Hermosa Beach, California, like we all end up different places. So I try to spot in things, that show a whole breadth of the journey a little bit, and it's fun. How great is that when you get to just sort of makes my mom happy with a little picture of our house back then. So mom was thrilled. And that's the only reason I'm in this racket.
Did you edit the video yourself?
No. But my manager and I would like to get our nose in all that stuff and be part of it. I wish I could remember the guy who made it, and I swear to you, I will get this information to you after, because how dare I? But we did it obviously remotely. He was in Europe, and he added but we talked a lot of it through, and he did a brilliant job of then listening to our edit ideas and what might be where, and we of course got a lot of the footage together ourselves. So but no, I didn't edit it. I'd be on the floor weeping probably if I had to figure that technology out.
I'm a terrible editor. I've tried, and I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I just the nuts and bolts of things just
see me at a dinner party, Randie. You want to see bad editing? I'm everything comes out.
All right, guys, we're going to listen to Take Me Back.
All right.
sin away. Roll me over a rough road, 'cause I've been twisted and I've been turned, but I still believe, 'cause I am still breathing. But tonight my mind rolls back when my young heart flew so free. Every wild and perfect dream laid out in front of me. Take me back to my old home. Raise me up, take me back where I started again. Heal me now, I am broken. Take me back, let me start again. I'm breathing in the thick green spring, the salt air tide, the young girl's golden hair, and I'd give all I have for one more moment there. Now I'm bearing the cross of time, a scar upon my skin, for every time I have weakened, for the light I have wasted. But tonight I'll close my eyes, let my heart remember when. Maybe if the wind is right, I'll be back there again. Take me back to my own home. Raise me up, take me back where I started again. Heal me now, I am broken. Take me back, let me start again. My young heart flew so free, and every wild and perfect dream laid out in front of me. Take me back to my old home. Raise me up, back where I started again. Heal me now, I am broken. Take me back, let me start again.
And we are back on the branch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7. Your one stop for all indie music. If you like indie music, you want to find Blast Music. They're coming up with some really great tools for indie artists. They're coming up with a jukebox, curated playlist. They have their own magazine now. They are just moving and shaking for indie artists. So I'm really glad to be part of all of that. A lot of networking for them. Also, we are brought to you by Hotel Universe, all your video needs, indie artists. Also, we have the Plow Zone has our show on Wednesdays, and My Indie Radio in Paris has our show on Wednesdays. So really cool. And you can find us on Roku TV, thanks to Hotel Universe. So thank you for tuning in week to week. This is interactive. We have some responses. That's on fire. I agree.
That's good.
Yeah. Am I hearing pedal steel in that, right?
Yeah, you sure do. That was the legendary, one of the greats. We were so lucky to have Lloyd Maines come down. We cut the whole album in Austin. And Lloyd, who's played with everybody, but the Dixie Chicks for a long time, his daughter's the singer. And on so many great records by all the great Texas guys and everybody. And that was one of the advantages of doing it in a great music town like Austin, is have a guy like Lloyd Maines playing steel. So yeah, that was a lot of what you're hearing there.
I'll tell you what, some pedal steel, oh, it's a country song, here's pedal steel. And it's cliche. I'm so sorry to say that. This was pedal steel done right. Oh, the mix was great. It really drove the song along. It added to the song. Really great pedal steel.
Yeah, I love that instrument so much. And especially when it's applied in different ways than, like you said, than the obvious honky-tonk way, which is great. But, that's not what I am. But I love, it's the only instrument they say, that can audibly sigh like a human voice. It's so beautiful. And I grew up on like the early Steely Dan records before. They were very different then. Like the very early one, Can't Buy a Thrill, and Pretzel Logic had Skunk Baxter playing steel on all, and it wasn't country music at all, but it was this beautiful application. And like Danny Dugmore played on a lot of James Taylor records. It's that instrument can do a lot of expressive, great things that aren't always just like a country on the nose country thing, And I think that's what Mr. Maines did for us, as we asked to do there really well. Yeah.
It's one of those almost underrated instruments because it's misused so much, know. It's a place for the honky tonk pedal steel, but it's so much more, and this song proves it. It's so much more. It's almost like banjo,
Yeah.
Everyone goes banjo until it's done right, and you're like, holy cow, banjo.
Yep. I think that too. We had a guy in the band for years. A lot of people come in and out of my band over the years, but one guy who was our multi guy who played banjo on several songs. And we'd be in rock clubs playing. We're essentially a rock band with a lot of country elements, or sort of more Americana elements, but that applied all the time. And what we never did was have a banjo song per se. We'd have a song, and the banjo could be, it just gives a flavor to it. It's on the last verses of Take It Easy. And if you listen to things like that, or Veil of Fleck or something, there's a lot of things that a talented person can do with a banjo. I think you're very right about that.
Yeah. Mumford & Sons made it cool, to have banjo. It's like good for them,
Right. Yeah. They didn't have to be wearing like a funny country hat.
But it's funny you're saying we were a rock band with country elements, and it's interesting. We've talked about this a lot on the show, how country music has really evolved. And you have like the honky tonk old school country,
which is great.
It's good stuff. It's how we evolved. And then you kind of have modern country, country rock, which is really, considered country now,
Yeah. I grew up on what was called country rock, and, bands that are still things I love and were a blueprint for a lot of things I do. The obvious things, the Eagles, Poco, the Southern rock bands. A lot of these bands we've opened for and played with and over the years. And I love that. Nashville stuff now is, to me, like, it's just not, that isn't as much for me, because it just sounds like straight kind of pop rock music, which can be really great. There's always great songwriters in that town and great musicians, but it's a lot of times now it feels like it doesn't feel country to me. I know people who can't get played on country radio that are they don't play Willie Nelson on country radio because that's not what country is anymore. So I think it's something very specific and cool, but not, I don't know how mainstream country radio is these days, which is why I always gravitated towards more kind of what became known later as Americana bands, and people who were sort of having, came from the Birds and Burritos thing. And then, a rock band, like I said, with these influence. That's my opinion. I know mainstream country music is very popular.
Well, it's funny because I was shopping for a producer back in the day. It was like 12 years ago, 15 years ago. I actually had recorded with Marty Rifkin, a pedal steel guy out in California. And when I came back to New Jersey, they're like, you should go country. You should go country. And I'm like, I'm not so twangy. And they're like, by today's standards, you are a country singer. And I'm like, right. I had to wrap my head around it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Randie. I think everybody's comes at it in a different way. Like the idea of going country has always been uneasy for me. I think you got to be the thing that you are, and the world will tell you what that is if you're sincere. If you make the music that you feel is really expressing who you are musically and otherwise, and then let the genres fall where they may, which is not a way to get wealthy or famous, but I think it's a good way to make soulful music that'll last, and if that's country, or if it's elements of anything, or if it's stone country, or if it's hip hop country, bro country. If that's who you are, man, do it. But just sure,
it does allow you, being Americana does allow you to let the song be what it wants to be, because
absolutely.
It's so many. I can go a little roots folky. I can get a little poppier with with songs too. It really, allows you to have freedom.
Exactly, and it's a big tent, as they say, and it can be all those things. And I think one of the great things about this, that genre that's emerged, again, it's just a name you put on things. It used to be stuff I heard on my AM radio that were hits when I was a kid. I heard, Loretta Lynn and next to Neil Young, next to, Conway Twitty, and then a song by Yes or something when I was a kid. So that's what they played on AM radio in New York City. And so it made you think about songs first and worry about the label after. Like, who cares? I know it matters for radio and things, and you want to get your music into the world. We all do. So those lanes can be helpful. But the great thing, like you were saying about Americana, is it doesn't really count on that. Like they'll give you a spin, and the people who listen to it will give you a listen if you and it could be a lot of different things. You have a chance to, you don't have to change anything about yourself to get a fair shake, I think.
Right. Yeah. And that goes back to the old, go with what you know, stay true to yourself.
Of course. Because you're not going to do well otherwise. Like whoever does a thing that isn't really them and then does it really well, I don't think that happens very often.
Yeah.
It's hard enough to figure out who you are. Like I said, I grew up with this radio that played everything. I'm not exaggerating. It'd be James Taylor, the hit of the day, followed by Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water, followed by the Stylistics and the OJs. I say this all the time, but it's so true that like it made it hard to figure out what I did want to be, because I wanted to be everything. I wanted to sing all those things. I wanted to be all of those people, so I just think it makes it a little harder but the trick is to figure out what is your little space. What can you offer that maybe everyone can't, even if it's a small corner, but the trick is to figure out who you really are and let the influences just sort of seep through the cracks. Right.
And we're going to go with Somewhere Blue, because that's a ballad. And, sometimes you have lyrics that you think are going in one direction and you're like, oh no, we need to slow this down. We need to split this up. So tell us about Somewhere Blue.
Well, Somewhere Blue, the first song we played, Take Me Back, is from the album that's out now, called Wilder All the Time. And it's been out about 10 months, and it's on Blue Lawn Records. And that is that set of 10 songs that I did with my friend and producer, David Abeda, down in Austin, Texas. He's a great producer and a great guitar player. And what happened, I won't go too far off the track here, but we made that album, and then we kept looking for a good home for it. And there were a couple starts and stops as far as labels and things. And but I was determined for it to be right, because I felt really strongly about the album as a whole. And in the meantime, we just were having so much fun making music together that, so sort of out of sequence, I went and recorded a couple singles, and this Somewhere Blue's one of them. So it was recorded after the album, but came out before the album. It's not on the album. We just said, like, let's, I'm not going to, while we're, like you said, while we're waiting around to deal with the business of this, let's keep just doing the music, which is what's important. So we couldn't stop ourselves, basically. This is a song I sort of had lying around, and I finished it up because, let's get something going and out there. And same, David produced it. I went down to Austin, and we sort of knocked it out and put it out and made the video before the album came out. So that is the long answer to your question.
Does it have a special significance? What's the blue?
Well, I'll tell you first that I've never thought of it until just now, that the same amusement park shows up in this video in Rhine.
It does.
Yeah, it's the same place. I hadn't even watched that video until I sat here and watched it all the way through, because I haven't seen it all the way through in so long. So that's fun for me. That was fun. And Somewhere Blue is just this. I had a feeling, again, a little nostalgic, and definitely the feeling of we're all gonna, let's keep the soul pure, and we're all gonna meet down the line, right? Whether it's here or somewhere else. You come into contact with people. There are highlight moments. Sometimes they separate. Sometimes they last long. Sometimes they don't. And, just people affect us, and they're always in there making us the sum of who we are. So I think just keeping your mind and soul open to the people you come into contact with was sort of probably where I was at, thinking about concocting that one.
All right, let's listen to Somewhere Blue.
I can't wash away your tears. I can't make it all seem right. When the smoke all finally clears, I'll be here standing in the light. We're still living out on the run. We ain't kids, but we ain't done. Out on the highway, the rattling of bones. Maybe the highway is just the way home again. Looking at the stars, I'm looking too. And I will see you somewhere out there, somewhere blue. So put your hand here on my heart. Let me dance with you a while. When the song comes to the part about the heartbreak, we'll just smile, say a prayer and kiss the sky. 'Cause you're still here, and so am I. And out in the twilight, will see you somewhere out there, somewhere blue.
And we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one stop for all indie artists. We love our listeners who are listening right now. We have some live people chiming in. We'll get to them in a second. The Plow Zone out in California. We love you guys listening. My Indie Radio out in Paris. We love you guys on Thursdays. And we are on all streaming platforms. You can find us. We are everywhere you want to be. And right now we're with Chris Berardo, and we've got a lot of people chiming in on that one. Vicky just loves your vocals, thinks you're the really great writer. So, and LM Smith is chiming in as well. So we have some comments coming in on that one. This is interactive. So all y'all.
Is he for or against?
All four.
Okay, all right.
Haters go away. I don't. You know what? There's no room on the ranch for that.
No room on the ranch. Hey, I just noticed while we were playing that, Randie, that I should have mentioned that the video we know now leaves that town I was talking about here, where I kind of grew up, and goes to Austin, which is where we made the record. And so a lot of that second part of that's shot in Austin, and that is the aforementioned David Abeda, who the producer and guitar player on it there that you saw in the video. So I want to make sure for the record that was in there.
I noticed even streaming platforms are requiring you now to put credits in, which I'm happy to see. You have to put at least a producer in.
David's a great proponent of that. Honestly, there's a group, and man, I wish I had more specifics, but I know that he's part of a kind of a lobbying group that is trying to make that more, because it should be all the credits for who plays things and who produces things. That's how people get more recognition, more work. That's how their career works. And I think it's a small thing to make sure to remember to say who did what, because it's important. I think it's important to the artist.
It is. And we do all support each other. People don't understand. I want to know who did your work, and maybe I'll use them down the road. And
exactly.
And some people don't get to the end of the credits on YouTube, where I make sure I put everybody. So even YouTube, I think, who's the cameraman?
Yeah, it's important. Hey, since I was a kid, man. I was like a film major at the University of Miami for a minute, but I always was taught to stay. I never leave a movie without seeing the end credit till the final thing, even if it doesn't mean anything to me. Those people did something, and I think it's important. It's like a respect thing for the arts, right? Just to to see your name up there and see whoever that is who did it. It's something I've always felt strongly about.
That's very LA. LA, nobody moves until the final end credits.
Right, because they're looking up to see a friend of theirs and then they'll know he's working, and then you could borrow money from him.
That's right. That's right. Who are you going to go to dinner to? Like who's buying? Like
Well, Tim's working this week. All right, let's go.
That was so true. So true. But just look at the credits on a show and how many people go into it. It's amazing. Right. This doesn't happen in isolation.
No, everything. And even a smaller degree in recording music, right? There's so many, so many people had a hand in. I mean, I wrote that song, right? And I sang it. And it's an idea I had in my head pipe. But you look up and you pick these different musicians from experiences you've had and different people they've played with or you've played with them. And the person you want to produce is a very intimate thing to get in there with you about your music. And then who's going to put it out? What kind of people you want to work with on the business end of it? Who do you want advising you? Who do you want, like all of it? It's even something like that. You look up and there's 20 people that had their hand in an important way in it,
Right.
Although I'll take the blame if I
right. If it goes wrong, it's all right here. You know what I mean? Like, okay. All right. That didn't go the way it was supposed to go. But.
Yeah, my fault. So that process is fun. The creative, obviously, that it's a fun thing to get in and live your life around creative people, or they've always been the ones I've gravitated towards and respect, and they're always the coolest kids in the playground. So it's
I know.
Makes it fun.
They're so underrated. Nobody really appreciates how tough it is for a kid to be different.
Yeah. Well, different. I'm for it. It doesn't, Dr. Hunter Thompson once said it doesn't get weird enough for me. And that's how me and my guys have generally plowed through the world. It's like, I can't, the difference is the spice of it all, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Be weird, be quirky. I love it. Be different.
I'm for the quirky.
We're talking about being different, and we're coming up to Baby Blue.
So a song
wait, there is a segue, because when you do a cover, you've got to make it your own.
Yeah,
and do you with that cover. So now talk to us about Baby Blue.
Baby Blue was it was written. It was originally a Badfinger song, a band a lot of people love and worship. Some people don't know. They had a short and sad sort of career in a lot of ways, but they were signed to the Beatles Apple label, the first people signed there, and a really great pop rock band. And so I'd always loved them, and we played a couple shows with them years ago. Joey Molland, who passed away, I think last year, but I just remember after the gig having a long, drinky, fun night singing hooligan soccer songs and stuff, and just great English guys. And with 4 or 5 hits that I've just always loved. And once in a while, I'd covered them with various bands of mine over the years. And so when I was out there doing some recording at some point in Austin with David, I'd made a little crappy demo of it myself and just said, like, are you familiar with this? And what do you think? And we got through the first verse, and I remember David saying, oh yeah, we're doing this. because it fits what I do. It's so much of the element of, I grew up on a lot of rock and pop rock and things that didn't used to be a bad word, just fantastic. There's no doubt they had a Beatles element to them. And like you said, then you have to make it your own. And ours is me singing, and it's got maybe a little edgier. And so it just felt like something that represented the music I was writing and making, and it's a way to sort of say to the world, this one, but here's my take on it. And here's the kind of thing that maybe you'll be able to connect to what I do. When you see this, you'll see a little bit where I'm coming from. And you just can't miss with a great, great song like that. So.
All right, let's listen to Baby Blue.
Yeah.
'cause I got what I deserve. Kept you waiting there too long, my love. All that time without a word. Didn't know you'd think that I'd forget, I'd regret. Special love I have for you, my baby blue. All the days came so long. Did you really think I'd do you wrong? Dixie, when I let you go, thought you'd realize that I would know, I would show. Special love I have for you, my baby blue. What can I do? What can I say? Except I want you by my side. How can I show you the way? Don't you know the times I've tried? That's all I have to say, except the feeling just grows stronger every day. Just one thing before I go, take good care, baby, let me know. Let it grow. The special love you have for me, my Dixie dear.
And we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one stop for all indie artists. If you want new music, you got to go to Blast Music. If you are an indie artist, you want your stuff up on Blast Music. And Billy's sending us some signs. He really liked it. That's what I'm thinking. That's piecing out. He's piecing out over there. You know, you really like that.
Like a storm out?
Yeah. Yeah. So if any indie artists out there, Americana artists, I span the globe for the best in indie music. So send me your form, just like Chris did, to my website, randieo'neil.com/shows. Fill out the form and you're in. Kim is sending us all kinds of love over there. Loving that cover.
I love that. Hey, I should have mentioned about that one falls into like the blue period, you know. That was Somewhere Blue, and that recorded, like I said to you before, after we'd done the album, and we just wanted to put some more stuff out. And so those were both done after the album with David in Austin, same thing. And the other guys on that too, where I should mention that, you know, David was in my favorite band for 20 years, Reckless Kelly, who's the best band in Austin, Texas. They've been there for 25 years. And so that song was cut in Austin, just me, David Abeda, The Reckless Kelly drummer, my friend Jay Naz, and their bass player, Joe Bass Miller, who I have to mention because like that was such a dream lineup for me. And they played on the whole album as well, but they came back in to do that for us. So it's just a bunch of guys I really respect and love, cutting that really just live in a room. So that's part of the story.
You find good chemistry in artists, you got to keep them,
Yeah, absolutely. That's the trick of it, right? That's
people understand it's like a date. It's like a marriage, You walk into a room, you can have two really great artists and they just don't gel. And you're waiting for the spark of magic and you're like, fighting each other. And the chemistry of artists is it's real, man. It's a thing.
You can't buy that. That's right. You're right. You can't plan it. You can't buy it. This record, like another reason it took this album so long to come out was I had a couple false starts with different producers, and there are guys who are great producers and talented, but 2 or 3 different times it just wasn't the thing in my head, right? You can't make that happen. They're great, but it wasn't the exact right mix at that moment, and that's the thing. You can't put it on paper and you can't just look at a resume. You got to just find the thing that fits at that moment in time where all the, molecules are swinging together.
Right. You really do. It's a very special relationship, with musicians, with artists and things like that. So
it's crazy. It's amazing anything ever gets done.
I know. All right. We only have a little bit of time left. Chris, where can we find you? Are you playing live?
We're about to, I think we're going to start up again. We haven't been much lately, like we normally do. But I think we're going to this spring. One thing I know we're doing on April 2nd in New York City is playing a show with our label mates, this great band, Rose's Pawn Shop, that we're both on Blue Line Records. And we'll be at a place called The Groove and down in the Village in New York City on April 4th. And we're going to backfill that with some other stuff. We got a lot of friends that we kind of wait to hear where their tour plans are, that we go out together with, people we love to be the opening guy for when we can. So that'll be, we'll be coming with some dates soon, I think. And other than that, it's just me and my dance lessons and my mahjong and my bowling league. But yeah, and we have a new.
What kind of dance? I have to know.
Modern interpretive. Dance. A lot of this.
We got people laughing online. Everyone laughing. They're like, really?
Yeah, jazz hands. And we have a video, another video from the album, the second one, and there's going to be a bunch more from the album coming. But there's a song called "Take a Little Love," and we have a lyric video for that coming out on February 14th on Valentine's Day. So that will be wherever you see things like that, wherever you go to see image of music.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Well, I appreciate everyone hanging out with us tonight. We are here on the ranch. We go live on Mondays, and I love Mondays because people can interact and chime in. I really do love that and appreciate that. You can find us on the Plow Zone and My Indie Radio, Hotel Universe, Roku TV has us up. And next week we start our Valentine. So, Chris, if you have time to get me your Valentine song, I do Valentine and Not So In Love songs. So we do 2 shows that cover all our bases.
It's a perfect coalition of events. Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah. So we have some really cool things coming up. So again, thank you guys for hanging out. Chris, hang out for a minute. I'll be right back. So everyone, I will catch you next week on.
Thank you for having me, Randie. I really dug it. Thank you.
Oh, this was fun. This is a good one. Thank you for taking the time.
I got nothing but time.